Alright, welcome to the adventures of the Red Band Guild!
Yeah.
Hear that? Future me. And last we left off. After spending some plans, spent time formulating plans on what direction to take, now that you had a lead pointing toward the royal courts. You were taken by surprise when a seeker showed up at the Blue Apple Inn where you were staying. You dealt with him and remained undetected, but you were left with a messy situation. The following morning, you left the body in an abandoned warehouse. You then returned to the inn, explained the situation to Brecken and Vissa, and decided you needed to do two things immediately. Find a different inn and change your appearances. You did just this, going to a general store where an interesting Goliath sold you several disguise kits, as well as some new clothes. You continued northward into La Ville Rose district, and found a small place called the Gooseberry Inn. However, you decided, in keeping with your charade of propping up Worth as the prince leading your party as his servants, decided you'd find a slightly more upscale place. As you searched, you came upon a blacksmith shop where a human and a dwarf worked together, Brimmy and Leonardo. Absolith inquired whether there was any way to alter the color of dark dwarven steel armor to a Mazarin blue. Brimmy told you there was potentially a method of treating the steel to accomplish this, that he'd do some research, and he then informed you the day afterward that he had found a method. Worth also at that point dropped off his crossbow to have its mechanisms reworked with superior dwarven steel from the ingot you had found, and as well have some bolts forged from it as well. You then made your way to the Rook and Hound Inn, a much nicer place where you made yourselves known, booked a couple of rooms. You spent the night and headed out in the morning. Worth picked up his crossbow, and you headed to the tournament grounds. You bought your way to the competition, met a few of the other interesting participants, and the tournament began. The MC of the event was a big armored orc who called for the start of the activities, and began the three categories of the archery competition with the crossbow set. With a bit of subterfuge, you were able to gain an advantage in the competition, and Worth came out on top in all three rounds. And again in the final round, against the other winners, he was able to take out the orc before he got to you. The final round, however, ended with a sudden death round where Worth faced off against the young longbow-shooting fawn who wanted Bew's sister, and in sudden death, defeated him to win first prize in the tournament. After you collected your purse and grounds were beginning to clear out, someone approached you. It was then that you met Melody Bonnet, the master justiciar of Fasson. This enigmatic, charismatic young woman was much impressed with your performance in the tournament, and invited you to join her at her villa that evening for drinks. You returned to the inn, got ready. Worth and Absolute had a bit of beefy beef.
Only one of us was beefy.
It was a little bit hot. Great.
Oh my.
Melody
Taking notes on what Nick is into.
Then sent a fancy carriage to your inn and picked you as well as Brecken and Vissa up. You were brought to her beautiful villa outside the city. She brought you in, taking you on a brief tour of the immediate grounds, and even told you a bit about her interests in tinkering her father passed down to her. You proceeded into the main sitting room, where you sat down on long, beautiful couches, and Melody said, "Let's talk!" So, there you find yourselves. What do you do? Hey, come sit down, sit down. And she sits. She gestures to these beautiful, long, low couches made of luxurious cushion, fine wood frames. And she calls for her servants to bring up wine. And, oh dear, officer! Come, you guys were just standing there.
Go sit down.
We will sit with you.
So you recline about this wide room. So, what would you like to win a tournament?
Oh, what? It's always like a rush of emotions.
You have one before? No, you have not, because I don't see you there and I am always there.
I'm not here, no. But back home, I won some small tournaments.
That is fascinating. Where is back home again?
I
I have not asked you that yet. Where is back home?
Sorry, Bevin, you have something on your shirt.
But you have such a sweet friend here.
I just had Taco Bell.
Your big friend is so sweet. I love your armor.
Da. Thank you. It is dragon steel.
So it is. Did you make it for him? You are the buff?
I did not make it.
No, it was in fact a gift for my dear friend here.
Undoes the
And-
buckles on one of the hands. It is quite ancient.
Hey.
We have found.
In exchange for keeping me alive, I think was the agreement for giving you that armor.
I thought it was out of the goodness of your heart.
Drinks of the ale provided.
It's beautiful.
But
Make a perception check.
it is a good perception. Protection. Why am I rolling with advantage? My perception is pretty high. I rolled a 14, 18.
You notice a little wet trail on it, and you're like, did she lick this?
Oh,
where is home? Where is home? Where is home?
Home is Athmendek, mostly.
That is a place near the mountains in Essar.
Yes, it is.
Right between Essar and Arloch.
Well, no,
I have heard of the
that's
place. I've read about it before, but I cannot bring it to my mind what kind of thing happened there. Huh? Feels like it was notable for some reason, but I can't bring it to mind. Well, is it much different than here?
Yes, it is what it is.
Do you like it here?
It's lovely here. It is charming.
I'm glad you like it. And you dwarf, where do you come from? How do you like the city and the country so far?
It's very different. I am from the southern Iraq Mountains.
That is also beautiful, I suppose. That is kind of close to where you came from. Did you ever meet him before?
I did not meet him before.
No. So you all became friends. Where did you meet to become friends?
We met in Merlington, I think.
Yes, I was.
That is a place in Wolfgard.
Yes, in fact, is quite an interesting story how we all met. See, I was traveling there with on a state visit.
Just the wine is coming up right now. I just hold it on your lips, just like that.
It is
Because I want
there,
to hear it.
ready
Just-
for you.
Thank you, Bernardo. And a tall half-elf male waiter passes around several glasses. This is a vintage 699 Merlese vintage red. And then another brings out a tray of hors d'oeuvres, these hard, like, sliced baguettes toasted with cheese and tomato on top.
Absolutely gives eyes to the half elf that brought the wine. Just kind of like lingers a little bit too long. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, madam.
I'm kind of getting behind.
What was
He turns and walks, and you guys like hold eye contact all the way until he's out of the room and passes.
You have very handsome servants.
And you don't I? I mean, thank you, but you are right.
I happened to be in
Yes, go on.
traveling through Merlington on my visit to visit King. I keep trying to call him the king from your king campaign. Your king was Stanmore.
This is Evanmore. Here's his Evanfall.
Evanfall. Visiting King Evanfall, and I happened to meet Mirwin selling her wares, and invited her to be join my court as a guard, as a personal protection, and she agreed.
Yes.
That is amazing. So you all know Monsieur King Evanfall?
We've met. I wish I could say we were close friends, but we've only met the one time.
But he is, he's a king.
He is a king. Very.
I'm sure you are very important as well, but anybody, it's hard to get audience with king, I'm sure you know how it is. But that is fascinating. And then how do you come to the picture? Tell me.
Boreth and his band that he commands were around my neck of the woods when I was in crisis, and he came to my aid. So, I wouldn't say full devotion, slight devotion to his cause for a while. Helped me acquire this armor, get it tailored to myself, and while I am searching for the rest of my kin, I am helping him in his pursuits.
So noble. So noble.
He needed someone to protect him, so I'm here for that.
And you too. Looks over at Brecken, Vissa. Vissa instantly shoots eyes at you.
Yes, these are. Where are my manners? Vissa and her uncle Brecken. Brecken is a personal scholar. I found him to be quite useful on so many occasions. Of
course.
He comes along, and his niece. Did I say
Are you
no?
Vissa? Vissa, I'm Brecken. You two, it's lovely to have you in my home as well. So you all together make quite a fun party. Everybody, just make a general deception. Just for this,
Deception?
just for all of this lying that we're doing here.
I didn't lie about anything.
Then you two make a deception check. It's not a high DC. It's just, you know.
I rolled 6.
I rolled a 9.
Deception is a charisma based.
Is it a-
I have maxed out on charisma.
Yeah, you do.
18.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
I mean, overall, yeah, you don't come across as deceptive to her. This is just, you know, for a general
It's a meet and greet.
carrying on the putting up the whole artifice of this play, putting on. Then she buys it. So,
More or less, this isn't deception.
I guess
What Absolute said was pretty much right on the
It's
money.
slight paddling of, which I guess
Yeah.
it goes into like
I guess I shouldn't have.
the
gone.
fact that
We
this
are-
is a slow or a low DC.
Yeah.
It's. I'm sorry, I'm not like. anything
You're right.
Here. It's just we're not technically being deceptive.
You're not technically being deceptive. Well, I'll take the check back.
I mean,
You succeeded anyways, but
we roll.
continuing on. Where were we?
Everybody had talked about what they are.
So you continue to sit around for a few moments. Oh wow. Conversation continues. What else do you talk about? Anything? Do you bring up anything?
Oh, I felt like I had a question.
How long have you been with the town guard?
I've been with the I've been justicier in the name for only 3 years now. My father died just a couple of months before that, and they vetted me for the position and gave it to me. So not nepotism, just I'm good at my job. But you know, it is not the most exciting thing ever. But my father did it, and so I like to do it to honor his name and to protect myself.
So he was before you.
He was in the same position as I, organization of the guard, all that stuff.
Excellent. Do you see any opportunity to incorporate some of the things that you have built or made yourself into the guard, or
To
is
the
it?
guard force.
It is.
Well, I
It
mean,
might be prodding question, and I do not mean it that way. It is mostly, I see the amazing handiwork of both you and your father, and it would almost be waste not to use that to protect Poisson. I am wondering if they are wasting their talents, or
what an interesting perspective. No, I must say I had never really considered using anything like that for the purpose of the guard. You make an insight check.
18.
She does in fact seem to be telling the truth. But
Interesting.
I like. So okay, I love to get inspiration. What is popping into your mind?
Well, Boris here had a great boon and success in the competition because of his new crossbow. It is a marvelous piece. It has, from what I could tell, some clockwork built into it. Things that would, not to say take all of your interests and put them offensively or defensively so much, but it seems that this technology that you might be very well equipped to do would be a boon to your soldiers. I am not sure if they have clockwork bolt throwers or not, but
Well, no, that I mean we have fairly good technology in place in our armaments and such for the town guard. But I've never made anything personally or designed anything personally for it. We do have artisans and weaponsmiths that have done that sort of thing primarily in the past for us. But maybe if I put my mind to this new avenue, I can think of something cool.
mass produce in some way or another.
Oui,
that would honestly, if you found a way to make more high-powered weapons, it would put Varsan in a very stable place.
I suppose you're right, you know, you cannot be too careful, especially with the likes of Oslikov out there. No offense, of course. I know
Oslikov is prideful nation. I am prideful myself, but not for nation. Because of national pride, they have made odd choices. So I do not stand at all to quote here.
We are on the other side of the continent from them, so we are not of any great concern right now. I know that things go poorly in Kazmin sometime, as far as I have heard, but
from what I have heard, it is poor over there as well. But regardless, you are in prime location, honestly, to protect your people very well.
you are correct about that. Plus, with our alliance with the other two nations of the Triumvirate, we're very faithful in our alliances and in our defenses. But you have made good points, and I really think about it.
So,
Okay.
what exactly do you do within the government to say about
A
that?
lot of paperwork.
A lot of paperwork.
In the government, I have office, so I sit and I file the paperwork, I sign things, pass things on to the people, I talk to the captain of the guard and the various lieutenants. I make sure they know what they're doing, and they know what the people below them are doing, and they know what the people below them are doing, and they know what the people below them are doing, and so everyone knows what they're doing. I can't sit there,
So
I can't divulge orders to you, but
No.
I make sure that that everyone is on the same page with their orders, everyone knows what their assignments are, and everyone goes to their assignments
But,
on time.
So you are not able to apply your talents at all at this stage.
Well, not right now. I am not involved in the design process, but maybe I have a relationship with. I know some of these weapon designers. I know artisans. I could forward a design to them.
What would put you in a fairly influential position within Velson?
Good.
Interesting.
I like the position.
I wonder if you wouldn't mind making an introduction for me higher up within Velson.
That is possible. Possible.
There's interests that I have regarding Mendek, and I'm very keen to make acquaintances within the higher echelon society of Velson.
That seems reasonable to me. Well, the thing is, I know we have only just met, but I like you very much, Joel.
Thank you. You're delightful.
And with your talent is obvious, your capability, and might I ask a favor of you?
Of course.
We're talking business?
Well, a couple of friends of mine, you see, they have a problem.
No, we are talking.
They could use your skill in their endeavor to solve it.
What sort of problem?
Well, I have these two friends, Katuro and Mary. You see, they are. You see, they are importers of exotic goods, mainly things from the Golden Isles. Well, you see, in the last 2 weeks, they have had 2 ships carrying good rum go missing near a place called the Tempest Islands in the South Atlantic Sea. They've gone to the guard, put out advertisements, but as of yet, they have found no one to help recover the vessels.
No.
Or at least find out what happened to them down there. Could you, my friends, help out my other friends? I swear to you, I will make it worth your trouble.
What exactly does make it worth your trouble mean?
Well, you know these things you are asking me about? I think I can perhaps arrange something like that.
Be quite useful.
You're going to talk about why we need help and are looking to find members up in the ranks. It would help our cause, I think. Melody is trustworthy.
Oh.
Can I do like an
They're
inside
all
check?
so sweet.
Does she seem trustworthy?
You can make an inside check, sure. You are all so sweet. She pinches this cheek.
Ugh. 4.
You'd see nothing in her manner or in her words to suggest that she's being anything other than completely honest.
Okay.
Kato and Mary would be so happy. So happy if you had her.
We will have to discuss this a bit further with the captain of our ship.
Of course. Then my next question was, do you have access to a vessel?
We do.
Oh,
It is not my vessel. It is one that I've hired, so we'll have to discuss that with the captain, but she's very open. So we came here looking for an object. One of the reasons we came.
kind of object like a
Are we going to talk about that?
Well, I'm like, what did you mean then?
About your country.
an object from his country?
We are searching. His country is in need of help. It seems that it has been overthrown for it.
Oh, that's the thing I heard about that That happened like a good a few years ago. It's like 15 or so years ago. It got overthrown by those crazy people.
Yes, the purebloods.
What happened? Wow, what happened since then?
Well, it's been quite it's been an untenable situation at the moment, and one of the reasons I'm here, of course, is to maintain diplomatic ties and the more support I have from foreign nations and their heads of state, the more secure my position and my family position is within
Makes
that.
sense.
And to those ends, we are looking for an object that has been missing for quite some time.
What sort of object?
It's part of a staff of face steel.
What is this stuff? What sort of stuff? Face steel, I know this. Okay.
We don't know exactly what it does.
So it was made and you lost part of it?
It
Like
does
a
not-
family weapon or something ceremonial?
Yes.
Okay.
We tracked it. It was lost many hundreds of years ago, perhaps. But we tracked it that it was in Welson at least 25 years ago, within the last 25 years.
Is it like if you get this, then you take it back and you are like, I am the real king?
Maybe.
That would be so cool.
That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? It would certainly go a long way to
We're
establish.
so writing the line of what is deception and what is just like, That's some good imaginative theories, isn't it?
This is how he gets his kingdom back.
So, information on this would be very helpful.
So you think it is around that trail? Around Vincent?
That's all we know for certain is that it was in Welson within the past 25 years.
This would be so cool. Okay. So I will help you with introductions on things. I just need a little bit of help. And while you are doing the job, I will make arrangements.
Thank you.
In fact, I have just the idea.
I should warn you. We talked to someone else who had been looking for it some years ago, and their lives were threatened. So please be very careful.
This is why we are not parading around the streets looking for item. We are very much only talking with people that we trust.
Of course. There's danger and intrigue in searching for such a valuable.
And other parties are interested in looking for it for their own reasons.
Oh, well, of course.
In the city, as we speak.
Right now.
Yes.
Who are they?
We're not 100% sure who they are. But we know that they are willing to go to any means to get what they want.
Dark forces. I want to
This is crazy, guys.
again make an insight check and see.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Get a better, because she's very chaotic, but I want to get like
Very chaotic.
more in
I would
depth.
also like to see if she is
12.
honest
Good.
or whatever. 16.
16? Oh, shit. 5 years ago.
Or if she's gonna turn around and tell somebody.
She's not like lying to you, or she's got no malicious intent that you can read. She's She just seems very intrigued and very interested by your stories and your personalities. She very much does like you and wants to help you.
What'd you roll?
A 16.
Okay.
She's definitely interested in getting more of these introductions. She likes you guys, and she wants to arrange the stuff for you.
This is a primary, I would say, thing that we are in Varsan for. To search out, to make connections, to get Barret the help that he needs for his kingdom. And then, any fun that we have along the way is the fun that we have along the way.
How serendipitous is it that you won anything and brought all this cool drama into my house? I have to help you with the signs now. And my good friend is gonna finally have someone help with their missing ships. I bet you could pry a little bit of run away from them if you bring it back intact. You ever have golden nails run? Oh.
I have actually been promising.
Bones all the way down. Oh.
I've been promising our cook on ship that I would get him some good drink. I think he would appreciate the rum.
I'm sure you will love it.
So can you give us any more information as to where to go, what to look for, who to make contact with at all?
I will take care of it for you. I have the idea. It's almost going to be a surprise at this point. I thought of it like 2 minutes ago, and now I'm super psyched about it myself.
No,
So while you are gone, I'm going to make special arrangements for when you get back. I will do you this thing, and I will give you this thing, and then you will.
I mean, of course, as far as your retrieving the items for your friends.
Oh, for my friends, go to the villa. If you go to the villa, Caturo and Mary Vanisius, the estate is just south of town, about 5 miles, near the coast. It's a fairly nice vineyard. Just goes they're beautiful wine fields, just on the cliffs, and then roll over the hills. It is beautiful. But you go to their place and talk to them, and they will tell you everything you need to know about it. And tomorrow, if you can, or the day after. Just worry about their sailors, you know, I hope they are okay.
We will do this, and it will be a good time. But for now...
Thank you so much! Thank you so much, you are all so wonderful.
It is no problem.
You're pretty wonderful yourself, Melody. Oh.
Kind of like cast eyes over a kraken.
This it does too.
But for now,
Thank
we
you,
are
Melody.
here to celebrate it, huh?
Let us have some more wine in! Bernardo! The half-elf comes back in.
Can I tell if he's making eyes back at her?
You can make a perception check.
Oh, I want to do this too.
Well,
I want to see what's going
no
on.
perception check needed.
17.
There is an aura coming from this man.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah. You practically smell it.
Oh no.
Tall, dark half-elf. Slick back oiled hair. He walks back to the other room, eyes the whole time.
I look at Warith and make like a disgusted face.
I make a very concerned face.
Gross. Get a room already.
That's Bernardo.
Sipping from the wine. You know how that one lady in Parks and Rec, what's her name? Donna?
Yeah.
Will like sip from wine and look all haughty at the table. That's what I'm absolutely doing right now. Just lean back, being haughty.
So the evening dwindles on. You fall into several more threads of conversation. It is all very pleasant. She's a pleasing person to be around. But the night draws to an end. Eventually the wine is emptied. You have eaten all of the hors d'oeuvres. And she brings you back to the entrance of the estate to bid you adieu for the night. My friends, once again, thank you so much. It was wonderful having you, great to having you, and I hope that you will go to Mary and Caturo tomorrow and help them out with their problem. And I will, as soon as I can, get on my way to making the arrangements for your surprise when you get back to this one. I certainly hope you will.
Yes.
Surprise would be most lovely. Thank you.
I like surprise. Okay. Okay. Driver! And you see the carriage now coming back down. You enter.
It's been a marvelous evening. You are a supreme host.
And you are supreme champion of virtual competition.
Yes, I am.
Absolument. Lisa, right. Adieu. Bonne nuit.
We will have to stay longer next time, but
Definitely, for sure, we will have a full feast. Lunch, dinner, lay around, pass out, do it all again the next day. And she retires to her home. You guys get in the carriage and begin your trek back to Mantle. She was the coolest person I think that I have ever met.
she was a chaotic spirit, this watch yourself.
I know. She was so lively.
No.
Very lively.
There is an interesting thing that we have attuned ourselves, the Shield of the Lake too.
What's that?
Certain spirits are so certain people get off an aura that is so consumed one way or another. That one is consumed in fey chaos.
She's a little fairy with trickstery energy.
High energy. I feel like I got a good read on her over the course of the night, and it was certainly an enjoyable night. It's hard to trust explicitly. She could have absolutely been 100% honest with us, or not. It's hard to say. Might be why she is in such good power. But, regardless,
It's good to be suspicious of people in power, I agree. But you're in her house, drinking her wine. She's very magnetic, isn't she?
She has a very strong personality.
yeah, I'm that worried. What did you think of that?
I don't know. She
is
certainly could be useful.
throwing eyes at you.
I don't know about that. I think she was just being the kind of person that she is. She's very, what's the word, extroverted.
You are
Very,
a
very.
dense, small man.
I think Ashleth knows about throwing eyes.
If anyone does.
After that
I
display. Oh, what did you
Did you
think? What
see
did you
that
do?
ludicrous display tonight?
I did. I think all of them did.
That time was very good. I am sober as a stone.
Well, and what did you think of him, Herman?
She was very bubbly.
Right.
Yes, I agree with Absolute. We need to be careful.
We need to be careful.
But
Not everybody in this place.
basically, yes. But especially someone that high up in society.
I think you were good. Good job, all of you.
Yes.
Thank you. You too. Wait.
Good job lying to people, Worth.
Yeah.
He's a natural. Look at you see him and they're weaving tales together just beautifully. You did good.
Thank you.
You all did good. You all did good. You did good to yourself.
I'll play to our strengths.
Yeah, she looked at me and she was like, well, what's your all this? And we hadn't talked about that.
No, we hadn't.
We did not make a story up about that. I know, you had this panic. My heart just went up for a second there and then she would have made us out.
Is the driver listening to us?
The driver is outside.
Yeah,
I mean, you can make a perception check.
I would love to. Perception, I think that's plus 4.
You're in
I'll make a
a cab.
perception check.
The driver would be sitting on the front of the cab, just.
Yeah, but it's not
30.
like a,
But he could be hearing you, so you can make a.
it's not an airtight, at least.
No, it's not.
I rolled a 30. Natural 20.
It's gauging.
15.
Well, with a total of 45, you can kind of gauge that this is a very well-made cabin, and that while not sealed, It's a very sound blocking. There's curtains as well. These beautiful
There's
silk.
cobblestones and horseshoes. And
Yeah, you can
Outside
pretty much be
noise.
certain that any conversation in here isn't reaching the ears of the driver.
Well, it was a very interesting day, huh?
Very, very. Early to sleep now, too?
You are twitchy, Wareth.
Always.
What is the reason for?
He was around Melody too long.
Yes, I'm becoming bubbly and vivacious.
Bubbly Barrett.
Could you say that with any less variation in your voice? I am feeling bubbly and vivacious.
I may be even considering throwing a party.
Oh, gracious.
I'm considering throwing a party. Party.
Visa. I am afraid you are rubbing off on me. I am rubbing off on you.
I would love to go to a Barrett party. But there'd be like throwing knives and stuff at the wall.
You're expecting Vareth to plan anything at all for party. We
He
would
could,
show
I
up,
bet he could.
there would be one bottle of very expensive wine and some crackers, and that's about it.
No, there would be.
I mean,
Never mind.
this man has got his cloaks and his gloves. He's become quite the
He would
nicest
be,
looking man.
it would be a very garish centerpiece of Vareth spinning around, and then everything else has been completely forgotten, is the impression.
I think it would be fun.
There'd be naked women.
Hmm.
Mostly naked women.
I forgot about that part, but of course there would be.
Oh, wow.
Absolth is now intrigued. Alright then.
Am I doing them? Duh.
No naked women in my party.
So your carriage ride takes about an hour until you pull up in front of the Rook and Hound Inn. Shutters to a stop. Driver opens the door for you. Ushers you out. What do you do?
I get out.
You want into the inn?
Yes, but before I go in, I'll look around. See if we're being watched or followed.
Perception check.
Are there any, oh, it's not
25.
perception, not persuasion. I want to see if there's any hawk people around.
Okay. What was your roll?
25.
Absolutely thinking about nudity.
Purchase.
Bean.
15.
15. It's pretty busy still around this time of night. There are a lot of people at this time of night in this area of town. It's pretty festive. Like people have gone to the tournament and are still partying. But you see no immediate threats. Nothing you can identify as a seeker. No hawks. No shadowy figures watching you.
Thank you.
You feel safe.
Mirren, you remember how long he said it would take to do armor thing?
You would recall that they said to come back in the morning.
He said to come back in the morning.
You do overnight?
Did you drop the armor off?
I did not.
That's right. He said to come back.
So it'd take a day.
I believe he said a day.
How late is it now? What time is it?
It's very late. It's say maybe 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
You're coming back, red eye, out of partying.
So we could not necessarily, if I wanted. If we are leaving Varson, then there is no real reason for me to have armor covered. Could do when we get back.
Yes.
Da.
Could always wait a day to leave too. She didn't say it had to be.
Da. Or if we could, because we have to travel somewhere, da, and then talk to somebody and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have this conversation as you enter into the inn. A couple patrons filter out. You have a seat, and Brecken and Vissa announce that they are retired to their rooms.
Good night.
I
We
hope to see you in the
will
morning.
join you soon.
I am so tired. I'm also very tired. Good night. We go over and do it. And they
So, if it is just a walking mission, I could just wear the chain underneath. That would be less armor, but I would. That I mean we could do, and then by the time we get back, we could pick it up, go make acquaintances with the. What she say, Mary
Mary and Katuro.
Katuro. Make introductions. We can go on this embark next day. We are still on schedule.
Either way.
Go and talk,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we could pick up armor before we go, or we could say screw it to armor, because if we are leaving Varson, then we may not even need my armor to be recolored, and maybe even recoloring my armor is ridiculous, but also at the same time it might be
I think you should color it gold.
gold.
Shiny gold armor.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking silver or slate grey. This might be too garish, but I don't think slate grey would be too garish. Blue is just the color of my order, huh? Which is what I was thinking of. Otherwise, I could go light or grey. That would definitely go. Enough to go a polar opposite color. So.
Do you think any of your brothers are in Vanson?
I have been keeping an eye out.
There was that book after all.
You don't know about that book.
You didn't
Did not
show
tell
us?
you.
Oh, that was.
It was just there.
It was there. I did research after you guys left.
Mhm.
You do not know about the book,
Mhm.
and I have kept it close to the chest. I have been keeping an eye out. Clues saying, but also clues saying that there has been some of my brethren through here. But
Did you keep the book?
no, I took like the package's notes and the piece of comet file, which at this point I will produce. I'll produce. See, I found these.
Is that what I think it is?
It is an old piece of sword. I would say it is hard to tell exactly, but it is, see here and here, it is thicker at this point, which means that it is closer to, no, it would be closer to tip. So it is thinner, so it is closer to tip of comet fell. So that gives me 4 pieces total, 5 total pieces, not including my own. Da. So that is, it is something to think about. I am not sure exactly why one of my brothers, which I got a name, left it behind, but I did find this. Along with his tome, to alloy. Da. Did I write down Samuel? Is that right?
Yes.
No.
That was the
Probably
name
that
of the
That was someone else.
adventurer.
Yeah, that
Samuel
was
the Adventurer, and then I wrote down,
The name of the town was.
because you did give me that as well, but
Yeah.
I wrote it down and I'm not sure where.
Sure, I wrote it down.
I don't think I wrote it down here.
Oh shoot, I would have to dig in my notes for a couple documents.
I should also compile whose pieces of comet fell I have.
That would be useful to me.
But I have these now.
Maybe one day if you find enough of the pieces you can reforge Comet Fell.
I would have to get all pieces, which is 30 of my brethren that have pieces,
That is a lot.
which is a lot. We only have small pieces of sword, but in order to completely reforge, that would be difficult in 2 ways. One, we are looking for 30 pieces of Comertel and Comertel itself.
The name's Soren.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Soren.
Is it Soren?
Yep.
That's what I have in my
Not
notes.
Sauron. Not Sauron.
Soren.
I don't know if I spelled it right.
S-O-R-E-N.
welcome. Nick always texts me, did you write down this person's name?
And two, getting a piece of Cometfell is a sacred right of the ruler. So to take from them would be not heresy, but like, why do you want a piece of Cometfell? Well, I want to put it back together. It is not something that we will do. It is holy relic,
Not ultimate weapon to rule the universe.
no, not at all. Not at all. Cometfell once reigned next to Rowler's side, and now it is something different. It's like rage flash over Absoluth's eyes as she remembers Mask of Dust and all that stuff. But regardless, I am not sure what I will do with these pieces. Maybe turn them back in when I get back and the order is re-established to full. They will be used for newer recruits. I would assume so, that we cannot have any more recruits without more pieces of Cometfell.
Makes sense. I'm going to bed now.
Good idea.
Right. So, Worth first, and then you guys continue and follow suit and go to bed?
Yep.
Alright. You retire to your rooms and sleep the night away well. And nothing bad befalls you in the night. You awake to a sunny day. Light filters through the windows. And you wake up. What do you do? Bracken's already awake. Morning, your liege. I mean, my liege. Your highness, my highness, your highness. My liege, that's what I was going to say. Good morning.
Yes.
He's just scribbling a little bit. Sleep tight.
Yes, it was lovely.
Are you going to talk to the those folks today?
Probably. I don't know if we decided. Did she ever say whether she was going to get her sword or her armor color changed or not?
What are you talking about? I was upstairs when you were
weren't
ditched.
there
We
for
must
that.
have talked about that after us, or I went to bed last night.
Must have. But yes, probably.
Let's going to the library.
Sounds
were-
absolutely riveting.
Or we were talking about it, really not. In disguise and cloaks, of course.
Well, be careful.
Of course, always. You two awake in your room as well.
Is Vissa hungover?
She's asleep right now, just like on her stomach, just like a little bit of a snore.
How far away from the inn is the people that we're gonna go see? Mary.
She said that their estate was about 5 miles south of town.
And we're on the north end of town?
You were on the north end of town, so
I mean,
it'll
I
take
guess
you-
that's worth getting a steep.
it'll take you a good while to get out of town, and then the 5 mile ride out there too.
Okay. I wake up early. I cast Find Steed.
Alright, so you sit outside, just kind of sit outside the inn, begin to read, and pull this summoning energy to bond with a beast and bring it to you. Sit there for 10 minutes.
I hope my horse never falls down.
Oh Lord.
Oh! Ah, you're funny. That's funny.
His name was Comet.
Comment.
Then Comet would have fell.
Well.
Comet.
Oh.
That's so funny.
I was like, are you referencing Jack and Jill? Like, what are you talking about?
Then comment would be, oh no, Comet.
Then I would say Comet fell, and I would
After about 10
stare
minutes,
afterwards.
you hear the sound of heavy hooves. And a few shocked noises, and you look down the street, and there's this big, like, red elk, this heart, with his wide antlers, big, bulky shoulders. This elk, he's got these speckles on his chest. Walks up to you. He's not currently saddled or anything.
Hello. Anyways.
Alright, you see this huge, wide-shouldered red elk walk up to you. It's not saddled, but it looks down at you. And then it gets down.
You are the one that has responded, beast.
Scratches thick, this thick fur around its shoulders and neck.
You are overkill of
You know the noise that they make? It does that full throated.
Got it. You are wonderful, and let's go. And I kind of like put a little bit of my weight on its back, look at it,
And then it's
throw
just,
the rest of my weight stuff up.
just position itself so you can get a leg around. It stands up, and you find you can hold on to its this thick mane like right around its back and
When
shoulders.
it turns its head, does his antlers hit you in the face?
Absolutely,
Nope,
it's
they're
a
just-
cool eye patch now.
Just a little, just waving on each side of you. They're big and majestic. You guys kind of come outside. You see her out there.
Oh, she got up way before anybody else.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I'm
So you're
gonna
just standing there
I'm
outside.
gonna go drop my armor off
Before,
first.
okay. So before anyone else is up, it is early, the dawn is just broken. You begin to your way through the streets of Mansell. Back toward the south, or at least more southern end of La Ville Rose district. Back to Brevi's Smithy. And you pull up there in that small square. Dismount as it kneels to let you off, bends down. And you see both of them, Brimmy and Leonardo, looking. Oh, I'll check out that beast.
Gray, please. I know we talked about blue. I think gray, if I can.
Is I like your friend?
And I'm just gonna continue to take up a slate gray.
They
Try to
come
match
from the forests. I think
this
you
as
know
much as possible.
not up to your
Throw off my duster and like.
Never seen one that's done this for. Oh, it is magnificent creature. Oh, hey. Absolutely. Don't remember your name.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't know if we did it proper introduction.
Well, I'm very job here. Sorry. Leonardo and I was just absolutely enamored by your beastie there.
Oh, that. It is good one.
Where did you get it? Did you buy that thing? People sell those things. Did you tame it in the forest?
I called for it about 10 minutes ago when I rode over here.
Grey, you say? like a what's that degree? Like a sleet.
Is slate gray, try to go a little bit lighter. If you can, try to match this as close as you can. I mean, it's not going to be exact, but the duster, I kind of like.
I can work with that.
You can go shades up and down, it would be fine. I was thinking, since this is a dark armor, coloring it light would be fine.
I can work with that. I'm quite excited to try the technique, in fact.
You know what?
Yes, I think so. Is that mine?
I don't want to ask for like too much. feel free to experiment with colors and patterns. No?
Sure.
Go nuts. It's just as long as it's lighter.
Like
It's not like the original color of the enemy to be across it.
In fact, getting it to a grey will probably be easier than getting it to a blue.
I thank you for all your work as she's just
She begins to doff. You begin to doff the armor of his breastplates, and gauntlets, shoulders, just setting the set down.
Oh,
Leonardo, let's get to work.
I am so much
Your
lighter.
houndstooth pattern.
Absolute is 40 pounds lighter. That.
Like a good poop.
You come back, Timbore. It's a complicated technique, but shouldn't really take too long to accomplish, especially with the easier greed.
Oh, no. We are doing a nice ride out of town just to meet and greet some people, so I don't think we'll need it today.
Oh, sounds like a leisurely day. Enjoy.
No. We will see how this piece does for me.
Leonardo, let's get to work. He bends down. They take your armor into the shop.
And I've already given them the crown yesterday.
Yeah. So they agreed with that as payment. So you're good to go. You mount up on the stag. Does the big noise, it's kind of a sound off, and you head back to the inn.
I'm gonna go to one of the shops. Someplace to, because we just kind of let since I'm up way early. Wanted to do a little bit of wanderlust and just find some sort of like bistro or shop. But you don't have to RP anything. Just get some coffee that isn't tied to these people. Coffee and a bistro, and yeah.
Yeah, you find a little bistro. It's sort of a little rotunda kind of thing in the middle of where several blocks intersect. It's a kind of a wide gazebo with a sloping roof and a little pole with a flag out the top of it, fluttering in the wind with the Etrian symbol on it. And beneath, you see tables, chairs, sat about, a little bar with a couple of with several halflings working some exotic-looking coffee machines. And they bring you your coffee.
Yeah, and just eat away from these guys. So
You have a pleasant little breakfast beneath this gazebo.
introverted break. This selfish war machine. Sorry, more room.
I mean,
After that, I'll go back. How much does that run me?
2 silver.
Shit, with someone else, I promise you.
So you take a good bit of time for yourself this morning, dropping off your armor, taking a bit of a ride, having some coffee out of that little stand. And you make your way back to the Rookin' Hound.
They have their horses with them.
They do. They're tied up behind the inn.
Okay. Otherwise, I was gonna go get them for them, but no. I will return and just kind of wait patiently.
It is then that you two awake. You noticing Vissa. And you having a conversation with Brecken. What do you do?
I will let this sleep,
She does not notice you getting up.
and I'll go downstairs and get some breakfast.
You head down. Have some kind of very nice hot porridge with sugar on it. And a couple of berries. Pretty good.
I'll kind of look around the room, see if Absolute's here.
You don't see Absolute.
Since she wasn't in her room.
No, she's not around. She got up before you were awake, headed out. So you can figure. Beautiful Shima. But before long, you're joined by Worth. And you two sit down there at the table as you await Absolute's return.
Wonder where she went.
I don't know. Maybe she decided to drop off her armor today after all.
Maybe.
Maybe she went looking for the relic unknown.
Maybe.
Maybe she got kidnapped.
I have the... I don't know. That's my thing. No one else can.
That's your thing is to be kidnapped?
Yes.
I don't think Absolith would be very easy to kidnap.
Take 3 men just to carry her away.
Sounds like a good night.
So you both have your breakfasts, a couple of bowls of porridge, berry porridge, and ale. No fairs. And eventually Absolute makes her way back in.
Yeah.
You hear this strange sound outside, and then like 10 seconds later Abs comes to the door.
What in the world was that?
Ready to
What
go.
was that?
I don't know, Fabian? I have not picked up name for it. Fabian's good name, there.
Fabian's name was Brecken's donkey.
You have Brecken's donkey?
That's why it was in my head. No, not Fabian.
Why are you
I do not
riding
have Brecken's donkey. I am just like pulling names out of air, and that is the one that came up.
You're bigger than the donkey is.
I would not be, not be able to ride a thing. You could ride me. No, wait. No, I don't know. What is a wild name for beast?
Absolute. You call it Junior.
Junior. It is not junior. Yeah, red beast, just for today, since I don't feel like bothering to name. Don't have much imagination for such things. Da, you have Brecht.
What?
You have Brecht.
Yes, we had Brecht.
You have feasted.
We have feasted on Brecht. Brecken's not down here, so never mind.
You are ready to go then?
Donkeys weigh between 180 and 1,100 pounds.
It is wide variety.
It's very
That's
big.
That's quite a window.
That is.
From babies to giant ones?
No, it says adult.
But there's different varieties. All right, what do you do?
That is either a very small S or a very big S.
There are those like mini donkeys that people use.
Anyway, I guess we need to go 5 miles south of the city.
5 miles south
And toward the coast. She said
Toward the
there's a
coast.
coastal villa
on the cliffs.
with where the vineyards touch up just against up against the cliffs and then roll over the hills.
Did she give us the name of the villa?
It's Cocturo
I mean, she gave you the name of
Mary's
the owners.
villa.
Okay. Well, we should go tell Graziella that we're leaving.
And we might need the ship.
Yes.
Da? Da, okay. After you, Prince.
Of course.
All right. So you guys let's walk out of the inn and immediately are met with the sight of this big red stag.
Why is there a deer in the city?
I'm just
It's
melting
not a
it.
deer, it's a moose.
Yeah, you see it just as the episode comes out. It just responds to her immediately, like bending down, allowing her to mount up and standing up, looking down at you guys.
Why are you riding a deer?
It's not a deer, it's a moose.
It is not moose either, it is elk.
What's an elk?
Gestures vaguely.
Just vaguely at the things she's writing.
Oh, well, it's a big animal with antlers. I thought it was a...
Da, get your steeds and let's go.
This is your steed?
Listen, I do not question what Ralur has set off before me. I sat for 10 minutes reciting the poems of Ralur and putting out that I needed a steed, and this is what he provided. If I ask any more questions than that, then I am doubtful. I am here for it.
Okay then.
This is what he thinks is best.
I guess when our journey is over, we'll have dinner.
No. We will not waste time.
I go get Tinkerbell.
All right, you guys retrieve your 2 mounts to
The
go down
spirit,
from
the steed
back.
can understand language.
It understands the gist.
when I speak it.
Understands the emotion, the gist of what you're saying.
When I speak.
Mhm.
No, we will not.
Responds to you. You retrieve your 2 horses, and the 3 of you mount up. Takes about half hour to walk through the crowded streets and arrive at the dock where you see the larkspur. Drasana crawls about in the rigging. Several others around the deck doing a bit of work. And you see Graziella. She's actually set up against the mast with some ale in hand. You ride up.
Have you taken the lead on this one, Barrett?
Sure.
Where am I?
Doesn't matter. I can talk to her.
Graziella!
Good morning. Did you buy that?
She came to me.
I see.
And you
Is
think
that,
I'm,
is
you
that
guys
one of
think
the
I'm
things
weird?
that she does?
I guess I wasn't there. We woke up this morning and she had a giant deer.
Absolutely. I love all of the things that you do, you know? The things. So many things.
The things.
You do so many interesting things that I have not seen before.
Thank you.
Anyhow, so you come on board, let us talk. Alright?
Oh, it is a brief conversation.
What is the business? Any news?
If we were to want to go look for some lost ships tomorrow for a powerful friend, would you be ready to go?
Gods, yes! It's Nikolai. Not complaining. What's his voice sound like again? Not complaining, but I've been sitting around here. That's the one. For quite a while, and I'm itching to get back out in the sea, you know.
That is the short of the story. We have made powerful friends. We are about to go make more powerful friends, and I believe they want us to go search for some ships that have gone missing and find out why they have gone missing.
Nikolai, be nice. You have had a fine time in Vincent. Why don't you tell Rosie and say hi? Yes, I would love to. Let us do this. Let us do this. Tomorrow, you say?
Probably tomorrow.
I will get the crew ready. Let's get ready to pull them out of their various inns and sober them up.
Speaking of sobering up, it is 2 rum ships. Maybe that will get them excited to go.
We are recovering the rum sheets.
We are recovering rum ships.
This is good deal, I think, yes.
We will have more information. We are going to go get the exact plan of what we are doing now. But this is the lead that we are on.
This is good. Come, whenever you are ready, I will have them in. I'll head out into the city. I'll play Taskmaster a bit, get them out of their inns. Here I go. Nikolai comes down onto the pier, kind of slaps you guys on the shoulders. Thank you. Ready to get back on down into the sea.
Should have a fun time.
Which way are we going?
We don't know.
South, I think.
South of here, in the Santatrian Sea.
I think so.
You remember it was called? You remember they were missing near a place called the Tempest Isles.
Yes, the Tempest Isles.
Have you not? Oh yeah.
I've not heard of them, but that sounds very adventurous. They're actually not on the map yet. I'm just going to put them on there.
She did say that was south of here, right?
Correct.
Okay. See, I pay attention.
It's probably in the words or in the lettering of Act 3.
Yeah, about there. I'll pin just like.
That's a good, because the rum was coming from.
The Golden Isles. All right. No titty honking.
He started it.
It was honking and a little bit twisted.
That twists my man melons.
Where are we?
You don't have melons. You have kiwis because they're hairy.
I was gonna say like
They're shaped-
deflated blue.
They're shaped like This and their hairy, their cues.
All right, so you would take on your mounts, head toward the south gate of town, and through this through the Route du Sud district, the South Roads district of town, where a lot of this is poorer shanty town, very rundown area. But you pass through it, and I was watching this. There was an episode of Critical Role I was watching the other day, and Matt literally went, "Hey, pay attention."
I remember that one.
He snapped at the table and said, "Pay attention."
I was just stretching, man.
Right into my boobs.
All right, 5 miles out of town, south. You leave town. Make perception checks on the way.
Perception.
14.
19.
16.
So along the road, you pass a few. You pass a merchant caravan, what looks like a couple of just poor people making their way back to town from vineyards. But nothing really too spectacular happens along the way. You're definitely not in any danger. You're not being followed. I know Worth's was looking for that for sure.
Absolutely.
But you're safe along the road, and you arrive about 5 miles out. Your way is good at tracking the distance there, and you see a villa.
A villa.
Up in the hills, just where the cliffside coast,
Gorgeous.
and you see this large main house building behind it on a hill, and the large barn and building with these spruces, and this large yard. You figure this is the place, and you find yourself at its gate.
Kind of look for servants.
You see within just a minute or so a valet upon a smaller white horse with spots trots up. It is a young human man, maybe like 20. Rides up to the gate, and the gate is closed between you and the large, like a wrought iron gate. Good morning. What can I do for you all?
We are looking for, I just have it here, Katuro and Mary.
That is the master and mistress of the house.
Da, Melody Bonet has sent us to help out with the matter.
I see. Give me a minute. I will go and alert. I will alert my master and the mistress.
Da.
Patience, please. He just turns off and gallops back down the lane. You wait patiently. About 10 minutes passes. He returns with a second. They both get off their horses and open the gate for you. Please come in. My master and mistress will see you presently.
You will stay here, of course. Ilk.
The guy kind of looks up and is like,
If you are going to poop, you poop in the crest.
it kind of goes off there, kind of trots off into the, over near one of their big, tall Mediterranean spruces.
Be free.
Does it indeed?
Plump, plump, plump.
Not even
Big pile, just big pile. Stones. The valets are like, they mutter a little bit to each other and enter in.
They did it in grass. Anyways.
It's alright, please come with us, said the other one. They mount up.
That's the snootiest voice I've ever heard.
Slowly usher you guys down the lane and to the main house. And there you see who they've come to meet you are two people. A large, a fat man. A fat man.
Okay.
in very fine, like white cloth, like fine white cloth tunics, and a deep green cloak with fine fur around, all trimmed. He's got this gold and silver necklace on, rings about his chubby fingers, and the woman next to him, his polar opposite, tall, thin, severe, high cheekbones and cut jaw.
Abbott and Costello.
They look at you.
The fat one says, "Oh, bonjour, bonjour, my friends. You are sent by Melody.
Да, верно.
We had a messenger telling us that perhaps you would have some gifts sent by her, so you have come. We are so very grateful. You have come.
Да. We are here because we have heard that you have you have lost the ship.
We have lost 2 ships.
Да.
The tall woman. Come into
Melody,
the house and we will talk about it there.
Melody is friend of ours, and she says that you are friend of hers.
Well, Melody is a good friend of ours. We love the girl. So come in. We can I'm more thankful to sending us beautiful people to come and take care of our ships. So come into the house here to sit, and we will tell you what we need. All right, come sit down.
Да.
You enter. And they have a room, it's smaller than the one at Melody's, but also open air. The curtains at both ends flutter in the breeze. It's very Mediterranean. You sit. And there's a chair for each of them. It's almost like a throne room, but like not in a real way, in like we're a little bit too pompous kind of way.
Is there cushions on the floor to us to sit on?
There are also nice couches,
Okay, cool.
like the ones in Melody's, but
Middle of the couch.
it's just not quite as opulent as hers. But you sit down. Tell them then, dear.
Well, so, you see, we have encountered a bit of a problem. 2 of our ships carrying mainly rum from the Golden Isles have gone missing near the Tempest Islands in the past 2 weeks. If you can find out what happened to them, if, God willing, you could recover any of our crew or the cargo, that would be most excellent.
And if there is anyone preying upon this trade route or threatening it, eliminate them.
Yes, of course.
Ships do not often run afoul of pirates in the South Sea, but those brigands that do prowl those waters are particularly vicious.
What? Yes, that is correct. Yes.
So there is known problems to that trade route.
While you see the area of the Tempest Islands is not exactly the first route, but we figured we will have our captains take a shortcut on the way back this time.
I see.
He looks a little bit sheepish upon saying that line.
Is
You see
through
her kind of strike a gaze his way.
is through Tempest Isles the shortcut then?
We
Okay.
so we have to.
In the if we were to ask some at the port what kind of reputation the Tempest Isles had, what would we probably hear?
They exchange glances.
We think that our sailors are tough enough to brave the waters. If even perhaps old sailor stories might have stated there was not necessarily a good area to go through. I do not believe it.
Well, I certainly don't believe it. It is brigands.
Pirates.
Pirates, brigands. What you wish to call them, I'm certain that they are to blame for our troubles.
Ah, okay. Well, we are risking, we have ship and crew and captain, and we are really only messengers, but we certainly will be spending the rest of the day gathering information. This is part of it. And going and asking on the docks if anybody else has had any problems with this particular area of the Tempest Isles. So, if there is anything that you are knowing and are trying to not tell us, it is not a threat. It is just saying you would save us lots of time. Because we are going to go and talk to people in this.
Yes, my husband has the honest truth of it. There are sailors' stories regarding those islands, that they are unlucky.
Unlucky.
I did not believe them. I had been asking for a while to have our captains try a shortcut through them.
And this is
Save
first
a good amount of time. This would be our first shipments that had taken this shortcut.
Ah,
It appears that something has gone wrong. I am certain it is not anything having to do with those islands. I'm sure the shortcut is fine, but someone has been preying upon it. This would have been a problem anywhere else. This could have been a problem anywhere, but it has happened. It has been fallen that shortcut. It's just bad timing is all.
do I believe them?
Consider.
Natural one.
I was gonna.
It's hard to get a read on them either way.
You can also make an attention. 14.
It seems she's embarrassed but telling the truth. And irked at her husband for blurting it out like that.
No. Well, we are interested in making friends, and Melody is certainly our friend. We have met her yesterday, day before. Yesterday, day before. And she is a very, very strong, passionate person that we are interested in making friends with. We are told that you are her friends and you have allies here.
Yeah.
We will be looking into this, and I don't know how much more questions we have. Do you have questions, Ron?
We will need to compensate the crew of the ship that we're using.
To what?
To compensate the crew of the ship that we're using.
Oh, of course, of course. What is your price? Nothing too outrageous, I am sure.
Of course not.
We mostly deal in platinum pieces and like this. Our normal rate for search and rescue is 100 platinum.
How much gold is that?
1,000.
Okay, yeah.
100 platinum pieces.
They speak in answering from a moment. $80 platinum pieces.
80 platinum.
90.
85. No lower.
90, half now, half later. On completion.
I'll just take the 90 now. I don't want to deal with you coming this back this way or not way. Robert brings the box.
And a stout little halfling.
There you are, monsieur.
They take out the correct amount and hand the box to you.
I grab the box in front of Forth and tuck it away.
Be nice, you two.
Oh, goodness.
Right.
We do have to give some of that to the crew, though.
I'm planning on giving it all to the crew.
Okay.
This is purely a vanity mission to like make friends, and this is going to Graziella.
Okay.
Like
I thought you were going to keep it since Worth didn't give you any of his gold.
no, that part isn't over yet.
Okay.
Having you little spats, little spats.
You're just keeping
They
Worth
still
from
love each
taking
other.
that.
Right.
So please return to us with results. We would very much appreciate it.
We will do our best to recover ships, find out what is exactly going wrong in that area. Believe us when we say if it looks like our crew is going to be unlucky as well, we are coming back with what we have to let you know. And then we can reassess if it is too much.
Alright.
We are not going to throw away a third ship.
Is your point stands to reason?
If it is crazy brigands or insane unluck, they will turn around. It is not worth throwing a third ship. I know. You have invested a lot of money into this, but if it is above our heads, it should not be.
Your point is made. We understand.
I'm sorry, I am protective of my crew.
Not.
Put a heavy hand on Warren. Well, it has been nice discussing business with you.
We hope to hear from you very soon.
You say it is a couple days.
Oh, to sail from here to the Tempest Islands, 2 days, 3-day journey, depending on the weather.
We will be back within the week, probably.
Sound is good.
You'll hear from us.
Very well.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye.
Au revoir.
And they leave.
And you have sending, so you can give them live updates.
And the two valets then escort you back to your mounts at the gate. The huge stag comes, bends down, lets you mount up. You guys get on your horses. The valets then open the gates, close them behind you, and you hear them muttering about that. And they go and like stand there. Like your horse is pooped too, but this is just dwarfs that. This is just vigorous craps. All right. You guys return to town. It is a little bit after noon, 12:30, when you get back to the Larkspur.
As we get to like the city walls, I'll dismount the elk and dispel fine steed.
So you get down, you release it, and it goes.
You have been good for Mama.
And it turns and walks off into the distance.
Maybe next time I do that, I will do it outside the city so I don't cause quite a ruckus. But quite interesting what did happen that time. I was expecting just to borrow another horse. Now let's just go to Larkspur and deliver good news.
Right. So you see Graziella there as well. This time she comes down off of the gangplank,
Oh god.
sets down a crate. You're back. Okay. What is the news?
Take out the box, hand it to her. We have a positive lead.
Oh yes, you do. Red. Red comes on down. Yeah. He looks a little rough, like they just pulled him out of a tavern. Hi, you guys. How you doing?
Red, what is it? The contents of this box will make you very happy.
Let's take a look at it. Oh, it does.
Showers coins.
Oh, it does. You're doing good work here. Got to take this down aboard.
That is payment in advance for going to some isles, and I'll look at both of them, that are unlucky.
There are a lot of islands that are unlucky. Which ones?
The Tempest Islands.
Lise.
I think the rest of the day is to hear these sailor stories that our employers talked about. They were tight-lipped as to what exactly that was. I think maybe some information gathering would be good. Talk to the locals, go to bars, maybe even the harbor master. Harbor master would be a good idea. And see what these sailor stories and reports were. Mostly, the story as we know it is that they sent 2 ships, cargo ships, through a shortcut that took them through this unlucky. This is the first, these unlucky isles. This is the first that they've done it, and they lost both of them. I said, we are not risking your ship.
That sounds unlucky to me.
So we will scout out, and if it seems too bad to go any farther, we will come back and reassess. But hopefully we can better. You have a nice ship.
Yes, we do. She is. Oh, such a beauty.
Hopefully more lucky than the 2 that there's been lost. They swear it is
I'm
brigands.
sure that we are. Your merchant ship, my lord sport. The best.
But rest of the day is figuring out exactly what it is. You
I'm
called-
sure Elizabeth knows something. Please! And Elizabeth, you see, now comes up, down to the deck. She's dressed much differently than
Oh yeah, Elizabeth.
than before. She's now wearing almost dressed a bit like a Golden Islander. She's got these silk pants and shirt on. She's got a headscarf and a wrap all the way around that goes into this long scarf all the way down her back. Gloves and strange leather sandals on. She says, "Hey, bonjour. What are we doing? We've gone to the Tempest Isles." She says, "Why?"
The employer says that there are 2 shipments of rum that have gone missing. They have paid in advance to recover.
Oh, did they send them through the Tempest Isles?
Trying to take a shortcut.
Uh,
What do you know of them?
Stories and superstition mostly. I don't know if anything is actually wrong with the place. They say it's unlucky.
That is what our employer said. And
But
they said,
apparently, they say it storms a lot, like too much.
well, that could be it.
Makes the name checks out.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that they came upon the name. But they say it's more likely to get struck by lightning. Sometimes at night you see like weird lights on your ship. You know? So some people say it's haunted, or it's just something is bad there, or just unlucky. Most people avoid it if they can. Here it is very beautiful though.
Tempest. Maybe we get some repair supplies with that advance in money that we got.
That is a good idea, just in case. But that's all I know about.
Something to keep us afloat. We are going to go to Harbor Master, I think, next. And talk with and see what other sailor stories that
Good.
there are.
Good idea. Tell me what you learn. I'd be interested to hear what Harbor Master has to say.
And we are heading up tomorrow, Elizabeth.
Tomorrow? Everybody, I thought we might be going somewhere. Graciela has been pulling everybody out from their tavern, and so most of them still drunk.
A day to sober up will be fine. Tomorrow morning, I believe, unless that is a bit for anyone else.
Nikolai and Rasana are whipping them into shape as we speak, so.
Nikolai would, that handsome man.
He's eager to get back out. Well, we haven't really been on a voyage in a good couple of weeks, so let's go. Go get your stuff and come back to me. And
Tomorrow morning.
tomorrow, let's do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Should we leave anyone with Brecken and Dissy? Since they are going to be in library, or are they coming with us on ship?
We can contact them and let them decide for themselves. I think it would probably be best if they came with us, but if they choose to stay at the library, that makes sense as well.
We might be able to hire. We have money, we could hire someone to guard them.
Is there anyone we can trust that we don't know already? Is it already coming with us?
Mercenaries are loyal to the coin.
I would imagine the people that they're going to protect against far deeper pockets than we do.
Do you think so? Undercover mercenary over two very disguised people just to watch out and make sure that they don't get kidnapped in night.
We can see what they say. If they choose to say, we'll deal with that. If they choose to come with us, then we don't have to worry about it.
Alright. Then let's go find them and tell them what is we are doing. Do you want to do that while I go to Harbor Master, or should we just go do it in sequence? We have lots of time today.
Oh, I can go talk to them, and you can go check out the Harbor Master.
Mirvin, where are you going?
I will go with you to the harbor master.
Right. If I'm talking with breaking this, don't get kidnapped.
We'll see.
All right. So
Kid
you're
today, might get kidnapped later.
Fuck you.
As a treat.
Mirwin and you and Absolute head off north, and what you see looking down the harbor is there is pretty markedly a building that is taller than the rest. It looks pretty administrative from here. 3 levels tall, sort of a crenellation along the top. Windows in each on each, and there's a balcony that runs around on each floor as well. That looks pretty much like where you probably should be going.
The doors are unlocked.
You walk up, and you can see people going in and out. It's pretty. There's wide double doors, windows in each. You go right in. It's a bustling office. There's a lot of business being done here. It's pretty. It's like sort of like the office of a bank. It's wide. There are several desks, chairs, people doing business in a few different capacities. But you walk up to what looks sort of like a rudimentary receptionist's desk. Era appropriate receptionist, a short female human, pretty squat, with a tight braid down her back. And they all wear these kind of a harbor blue and gray robes. Look fairly fancy. Has an anchor on the front. She says, "Bonjour, can I help you today?"
We are looking for information about a trek through the Tempest Isles. Mostly looking for whatever information that there is available, and also whatever folklore. We are going for search and rescue.
We got folklore.
Which-
Talk to sailors in taverns. I am doing business with the harbor master, with any of our accountants, or you have a ship in dock that you need to talk about business with in particular.
We are trying to set out tomorrow, and the goal is to go and find 2 ships that have disappeared. We are simply looking for a jumping off point as to where we would find information on what kind of things people have run into before, history of the Tempest Isles.
This story go to the library. Sailors for stories, history for library. Can't do anything else for you.
Okay.
Okay. Next. Unless you have something more concrete to, as far as business that you need to conduct in my office. You? You need to look at this here. You have accounts, you need to settle accounts, you need to make payment.
How about we go talk to people on the docks? Maybe they would.
You want to talk to sailors? Your stories from sailors. I am not storyteller. I do account. I am not storyteller. I don't.
Walks away.
I don't give you maps. Yes, go, please, go, please. Thank you for my time is worth literally nothing.
Okay.
I go to another desk. There's multiple desks here.
This is kind of the central one. Most of those you see are.
This is the central desk. Oh,
this was
man.
kind of like the receptionist curved wooden desk with a few scales and such on top of it. She looks to be working at the various log books, and at the others it looks like people are conducting more specific business. Like there are longer tables where people might be talking about settling accounts with their ships or presenting papers and stuff like that, or setting up for repairs and whatnot.
I have not been. Ian has not been legitimate pissed.
I was thinking of similarities between this and Martinius.
Martinius was just me rolling my eyes.
No, Warith.
Whoa!
Warith was very pissed.
Yes.
I hated this one.
Ian has not been legitimately pissed in a while, but that one was like.
Not helpful at all.
Not even like.
No, I hope it's not in an I'm a bad GM kind of way.
No, not
okay.
at all.
So.
No, buddy.
Okay, good.
You did your character so well, he hated your character.
I want to pause. It is exactly
Yeah.
that.
Good.
Stepping outside of it, it is exactly. You played the role of someone completely outside of who we're normally like. You made just a character so real that it made me, in real life,
I love
it
you,
transcended the game. It made me, in real life, grumpy. And that is a masterful thing to do.
All right. Well then, what do you do?
Not in the... It is like the exact opposite of what you said.
Okay.
We walk away from her and look for somebody that looks helpful.
I leave the whole of this place.
I
I look around
barrels
for
ahead.
a second for someone that would be more helpful, and the blood gets in my eyes, and I leave entirely this place.
You see just steam coming out of her as she just leaves through the doors. You follow.
Yeah. We'll chase her down.
Everyone's like, okay. Back out into the streets you go.
Breathe, Absolute. I know you could snap her neck if you wanted, but we'll leave that for another day.
It was just the idea of this would be the centralized place to have a listening ear and someone to talk to. And just the absolute goal of someone to offer no real advice, like I had not thought about going in. No, I do not want to go to the library. We have done that already. Talk to sailors, sure. I have thought of doing exactly that, of talking to sailors. Yet, I went to one place that would have like real information, logs of people who had gone through. They would have detailed backlogs of sailors that had gone through, lost shipments, exact numbers, and the one thing that she is supposed to do, and she says, "Niet, we will not help you."
Should ask for her manager. I would like to speak to your manager, please.
Mere when my feathers are ruffled.
Do you want to talk to anybody around here? Or you want me to go back in and find somebody else to ask?
I would let you to let the beating of my heart leave my eardrums, please.
Okay.
Do what you will. I will stand here and try to hear the sea once again. Absolute is steaming.
You guys stand, take a moment to let Absolute get the fire out of her. And Orith, what do you do?
I ride to the library.
Alright, you mount up. On Tink takes you all the way to La Bibliothèque Métropolitaine. And through its large front doors you enter. You don't see anybody right now.
Don't see anybody right now.
I mean, there are people. Yeah, it's a busy library. You don't see Breckner this on immediate.
I go up to the place that we had been to before.
Where you had been studying?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Make an investigation check. Search the third floor for them.
I best investigate. 8. Not rolling great
You are
tonight.
not immediately seeing them around up here.
Back in.
You mutter in a very busy library. Though it's
Okay.
quiet enough, because there's still enough din to just drown that out.
My God.
This,
You walk to the balcony, kind of look down over the atrium. Are you saying this any louder or just...
No.
No.
But,
Okay, I'll find it.
I want to go back and look through the area that we searched for books before.
Okay. That would be the history area, or
I don't know.
the for history, cartography, arcana. Arcana. Okay. Make an investigation check through. You head down to that section, which I think was on the second floor,
Yeah, it's better. 24.
and you find them sitting at a small table where you were looking for arcana books before. They have a tome between them.
Hello, Mark.
Hello.
What's the news?
We are sailing to the Tempest Islands.
Oh, is that what came of the business with this?
We are searching for 2 ships that have been lost. Perhaps they've been taken by pirates. Maybe the area is cursed.
Where are we going?
Some apparently very beautiful islands south of here.
I was gonna when.
Oh, tomorrow.
Awesome! I am kind of out of this stuff. I don't think I'm going to be very good at arcana.
Who's good at Arcana?
Don't tell yourself that. I just started reading about it today.
Make sure you're meditating.
Of course. Okay, I meditate with them.
Yes, whatever it is, or the rock or whatever.
And that too.
So, you're leaving tomorrow?
Yes. I'm not sure it's the best idea that you guys stay here. To be perfectly
I'm not
honest.
staying here.
Okay.
I'm going to come with you.
Okay.
I'm going to the Tempest Isles. That sounds great.
Well, we'll see you back again tonight then.
Yes, I suppose.
Well, let's meet up then in the morning downstairs at the inn and we'll take off together.
Very well.
Cool. Adventures. I've been sailing quiet.
Perhaps you might be of some help, Vissa.
Me?
While Brecken does whatever it is that Brecken does. That
He's reading books on arcana and arcane.
yes, perhaps you could look for books on the Tempest Isles. They're said to be unlucky. We need more information.
Okay.
We're going to the docks to ask sailors, stories. Maybe there'll be elements of truth. Corroborate them with what you find.
I'm going to look at the good section. She agrees to do that, and she runs off.
Okay.
Alright, you'll be safe out there then. Have fun getting stories from sailors.
Yeah, it's going to be great. See you tonight.
Tonight.
I leave.
You exit the library
Yes.
and head down.
I'm going to see if there's any hawks or seekers looking for me.
Check.
19.
Nothing watching you right now.
That is your real name. I'll continue on.
You go back to the docks. And within a couple minutes, you find Absolith and Mirwin sitting on a bench. And Absolith looks like she is just barely holding it together.
What the heck happened to you?
Mirwin's just like,
Did
So
someone tell you I was a bad man?
we went to the harbor master, and the woman we talked to was no help at all.
Was an absolute babbin.
No help at all.
She didn't say babbin. She said something else.
Mm-hmm. I kind of gathered.
Babbin is the cute name. The actual thing that she says was long, had like 5 syllables, and made everybody that heard it blush, even though I was the Kobe.
Oh my. Okay, then, so you had your own martinis incident. I swear I'm gonna burn down his house.
Sorry, that was slightly therapeutic. No, I was hoping for a very specific thing that would be well within parameters of job of common wharf master, and instead I got attitude.
Almost said I wasn't there.
I was
Well-
in the rare form.
Well, maybe we can get information from the sailors.
We are going to be buying drinks tonight.
How
Not
far,
for me, for sailors.
what time of day is it?
Now it is. You went there in the morning. I'll
It
say
was
it's,
noon when we got back.
yeah. It's so it'll be maybe 2 o'clock, 2:30 now, mid afternoon.
Okay. I want to go to the docks and see if there's sailors, walking around doing things.
So you're on the docks. I would say you spend a little while walking up and down. You see sailors everywhere.
I want to look for the most haggard, weathered, grumpy, long-bearded, salt-licked old man.
As you walk.
I want him to have no hand. I don't even want him to have a hook. I want him just to have a stub. I want him to have an eye patch that is has a barnacle on it.
Perception check as you walk.
I want him to be near insane. I want to look in alleys.
My perception's +4, right? That's not my password. 16.
All right. You guys kind of follow up to look around.
The
He knows what she's looking for.
rage is still boiling, and now it's just focused into something.
You find this just sitting on a bench up against the buildings on the opposite side of where the sea is on the docks. There is this old-looking orc, bare-chested, full kraken tattoo,
Ooh.
black
Mm.
with the tentacles like in shades of red. Has one eye, no patch, but there's 3 streaks right through the eye and all the way down, cleaving off about half of the nose, and all the way down the other opposite cheek. Has this scruff of a white, black and white, like tough, like what am I trying to say? Scrubbed beard. Has this
It hasn't grown in because of the scars.
has this half back length, just tattered leather coat. No left hand, and in its place, there's just a stick. Just a stick. It's slightly sharpened, and on it, it looks like it's been painted various colors with stripes. No explanation for it. And whereas tall, nasty boots has a couple of barnacles on the boots, just up the boots clinging to it. It looks up at you.
Because I storm up to him.
Yes, traveler. What can I help you with?
Fine.
What are you looking for?
5 gold and a drink at whatever bar you like for information on travel. Right now.
I do information on travel. Take me to the count. Is up that way, up.
We go.
Yeah.
Turns on my heel and we go.
We're following now. You're with us as well.
Yes.
Let's go that way.
Walk with him to the bar, whatever bar he
He
wants.
trobs along, and you come to this sailor's bar. It's called the Count. It's a low kind of bungalow place. It's pretty nasty. It's like sort of a lean-to on the end of the like the last building, but it's pretty big. A lot of tables under there. It's pretty rowdy. All open air and everything. Lots of just salty sailors. He walks in behind you.
Yeah. Down at my favorite table. Just the regular. And freeze as well.
Where do you sit?
You guys
Follow
you sit at a rickety round table over sort of near where the bar is.
And he sits.
One of whatever. I am paying. And I'll take out
That's
5 gold.
right, time's paying.
And I'll take out 5 gold and like near scatter him across the table, like just grabbing him with my hand and pushing him towards him.
Well, aren't you a fiery one? I like it.
You say that now.
Do what you do, I owe the pleasure.
I'm sorry my bluntness today. I have been to Harbor Master looking for very specific information, and I got screwed over, and I'll go into Oslokovian and just cursing. Calm myself.
He speaks Oslokovian back to you.
Of course he does.
So I am looking for information on dangerous paths. I tried to go to Harbor Master. It did not go well. To the point that I am in state that I am in now, and I am looking for experienced men to tell me information. I do not care if you are experienced men. I am looking.
Oh, are you experienced,
I
man?
believe you are. Whether or not you have information, this 5 gold is for you. And I'll push it again towards him.
Much appreciated.
We are looking for. We are going to search and rescue into the Tempest Isles.
Oh,
We want to know what goes on there. We want accurate information. We want inaccurate information. We want to know what exactly we are facing because we have 2 lost ships.
Your lost ships, you say?
What do you know about the Tempest Islands?
Now, right over here. Here, take the old one. Blah.
I'll put another gold over just paying for whatever it is.
The
I don't
Tempest Island.
care if it's too much money. I'm paying for whatever they bring over.
It's not far south, but it is avoided. They say it starts with the lights when you go down that way. Lights on your masts and in the sails. There's all sorts of creature natural that causes that, they say. But 'tis the will of the wisp. Floats in your sails up into your mast. Gives the sailors a light stomach. Takes the courage. And then comes the lightning. Burns away your sails. Leaves you drifting until you run to a rock. You crash and your ship takes on water and you die. The last thing you see before you go down beneath the waves is that glow above you. But that's what they say.
Is that all that they say?
At times they say there's things in the water there. So a sort of striped fish. If you get out to the boat, if you fall out, you'll see just a small fish. But then from right behind ye. The big one. Some sort of striped fish. Arr.
Is there any way to protect the sails from catching fire?
Da.
The old sailors, they say, you take a bottle of rum, you pour half of it out, and you piss in it. Then, you put a bit of mint, and you seal it up and you shake it, and then you tie it to the mast. Oh, that's what the old sailors say.
Have you ever been through the Tempest Islands?
I've not. But I know those who have. I know those who have been through and survived. And I know of those who have been through there and did not make it out.
And the one that survived, they pissed in the rum and hanging from the mast?
As a matter of fact, they did. Might be it's superstition, but that's old sailors are a superstitious type. And then others, they say you go to the isles, and there's no trouble at all.
Da. Is there anyone in this bar that might have more information on the Tempest Isles?
Hey!
I am buying drinks for anyone that has information.
Yeah, listen up to Captain Stimry. We got the folk here. They'll buy you around if you give them information on the Tempest Islands. Anyone ever been through there? Talk to the big one.
Sits back down.
Like, after that, it is near cathartic. I don't care if, like, half of these aren't real. We're doing all of them.
And you hear, I will. And up, you see this Goliath. He's kind of a thin for a Goliath, but very sinewy with his muscles. His tattoos are a bit different than normal Goliaths. He's got these blue tattoos. Swirling blue tattoos. And he's got a huge, like, big sword at each hip. I was you. I heard that you was all looking for information. Are you looking to go to Tempest Isles?
And I, like, snap.
Yeah, bring us here. We'll just get a drink.
He sits down.
And another gold over to pay for this. Don't care if it's overpaying.
He sits down next to Stimry.
The information on Tempest Isles.
Yeah. Well, you see, I had a budget route through there once. I said, I saw the lights, right? I knew about it. I saw the lights. But one of them, he had his lucky pipe tobacco. You know, smoking pipe. Well, he said he asked the clouds, please don't strike us down with lightning, and he threw it in the sea.
The
And they were fine.
whole pipe or
He
just
lit
the
it
big
up.
one?
He lit the whole pipe up, threw it off in the sea.
The whole pipe.
Whole pipe, whole smoking pipe, just lit it up. Said, please don't strike us down with lightning. And then, he just fuffed it off in the sea, innit? And then and they went out just fine.
Is all you have heard of this?
Oh no, that's how my bad guy out there. That's how he got out.
No. Enjoy your
When he
drink.
saw the lights, it still worked. I heard that one.
We appreciate it. You have earned your drink.
Right!
Third guy comes up. This one, a dark-skinned female half-elf.
Paid enough gold. This drink is included, I assume,
Yes.
over the 1,000,000 gold that I've paid.
It is.
I was on a crew from the south, from the Golden Isles. We went through one time.
She's older. look at her hair and you see getting a bit grey on the top. And do you know what we did? We nailed to the mast a silver, a gold, platinum. All each mast. And we were fine. We two saw the lights and the fishes. The ones that they say if you fall in, you're comforted by the sight of the small fish. And then we saw both. But we nailed the coins to the mast. We were fine.
Were coins taken?
What?
Were the coins taken, or were they just nailed to mist?
We just
And they
nailed them
still-
to the mast. And they were fine.
No. Appreciate.
Of course, thank you for the drink.
I must pee.
Good break. So, having gathered your various sailors' tales, paid for some drinks, what do you do? The others have kind of made their way away from your table now. The old captain and the woman and the Goliath as well have rejoined other tables since then, leaving you three to ponder your next moves.
We could go back to the library. I asked Vissa to find information about the Tempest Islands.
Oh,
Oh, good thinking.
We could see if anything is corroborated in those books and look for ourselves. What time of day is it now?
Now it's going to be evening time.
we could go have a meal. Last one before we set out. Meet Brecken and visit back at inn unless you want to go to library and check for yourself.
Yeah, it's a little check, yeah.
We can meet them back at the inn.
Unless you want to go check other divers.
I think we've got the information we're going to get.
Maybe we go tell to stock up on sails and harnesses for sailors. Elizabeth and not Elizabeth, Graziella.
Stock up on sails.
The sailors said that sails get struck by lightning. In case none of the hunky stuff that we do actually works, we do not want our sails to be struck by lightning and burned up, so we will go buy extra set of sails, harnesses for crew, sunrun falls off. This is the kind of information that we need to tell them now and not in the morning when we are trying to set off.
Okay.
Alright, so do you go back from the dive bar to the ship?
Yeah.
It's not far. You head just a little bit up north from where the bar is, back to the Larkspur. As evening time has fallen, you see it's become a bit more busy. They're finalizing preparations. Just about everyone is around as you head up the gangplank and onto the main deck of the ship.
Looking for higher ranking members.
You see Graziella, Drasana,
Yeah.
pretty much everyone's around. You can call out to them.
This is what we have found.
Everybody kind of turns to you.
Commanding presence.
You find out most things about these Tempest Islands? Says Elise.
There has been a strong fire that burns within me, and what I believe that I have found is beneficial for us. It is a fire that has not burned in a while. There is some sort of will-o-wisp, some sort of lights that descend on the deck. After that, there is lightning that destroys sails. If you fall into waters, there is fish that will consume. These are the reasons why the Tempest Isles are so dangerous. We have heard sailor stories and superstitions that make these things go away, and things that we can do to circumvent these problems. We have heard two. One, there has been a lucky pipe that has been smoked and they threw it overboard after pleading, "Oh, please, will-o-wisps, do not strike our mess full of lightning." And two, they nailed a silver, a gold, and a platinum to every mast, and they were not struck by this lightning. I feel that getting a lucky pipe would be ridiculous at this hour, but nailing money would be easy. Also, I think that we should get extra sails and harnesses for crew so that no one falls in. But I am not sailor. This is just the information that I have gathered. Oh, and the rum. Forgot about the rum. Taking a bottle of rum, pouring out half, peeing the rest full, and putting plug of mint supposedly helps.
And then shake it up and tie it to the mast.
Shake it up, take the rest. That is the third one. I almost forgot until I looked
I
at it.
like that one's best.
Of course
I
you
feel
would.
if we do 2 out of 3, maybe it works. But also maybe we buy new sails.
We will get sailcloth. I'll send Resana. Make sure we get some new plenty of sailcloth ready for tomorrow.
But that
Yeah.
seems to be the common thing, is that will-o-wisps bring down lightning onto sails.
Very interesting. You have done good work.
It was not because of the cursing in Oslakovian. It's the harbor master.
Oh, the one in there at the desk. I went in there the first day I got here. She's really something, is she not?
Biting my tongue.
Really something. Yeah, I thought not I'd like to have to deal with her.
Let me learn some Russian cuss words so I can not break characters
I
much.
started to look it up one day.
Yep.
We'll make sure to have we will have net in case to bring in someone for us in. We will have extra sailcloth. We'll be very prepared. We'll nail pieces to the things. We'll pee and run. No worries. So will you all be back in the morning?
The first thing, we will be ready to go.
Resana, let's get the boat shipped. Boat ready, ship ready.
Oh shit.
Alright. So, late evening time now. You return to the Hound Inn. You see Vessa and Brecken there waiting for you. They're sitting at the table near the hearth. I found out that the Tempest Islands are. I found out where they are and what they look like, and that there's a lot of them. They say that they have very varied geography, from cliffs and islands and more lit on top of them sometimes. I didn't find any stories about it. Did you find anything?
We found lots of stories about them.
Well, that's good. Sorry, I couldn't get much more information.
Apparently there are wispy colors, lights. And they show up around the mast. Mast gets struck by lightning, and then we all burn to die.
And then there's a fish.
Oh, there's a fish that gets you.
There's a
Fall
small fish. And then there's a big fish.
And so is a
And the small fish distracts you while the big fish goes to eat.
Well, at the end we go.
Whatever it costs.
Thank you very much.
Seems a bit unnecessary considering that, there's fish in the ocean that will eat you. So, seems like that might be a problem anywhere you fall in the ocean.
Maybe. Yeah.
But if they're extra ravenous,
Could be extra ravenous.
They work together to get you. What is the small fish eat?
Leftovers?
The small fish could be like anglerfish, like over there.
I was thinking of the tongue.
Could be the tongue. It could also be like, there is there is a plethora of like symbiotic
He needs his poop.
relationships between these two.
Yeah, nature checks will come later. So we're even in the morning?
Even in
Right,
the
bright
morning.
and early?
Bright and early, I sit
Bright and
down
early.
with like a tankard as huge as this is.
Are you okay? What's
She's
wrong?
grumpy.
Why?
I will sleep it off.
Someone was mean to her.
You sorry?
It was. Maybe it was just me. It was something so grating that it will be something that sticks in my mind for many a year.
I'm sorry. That sounds bad.
Yet, I mean, it was bad. It will just be something that I will get over in time. But for now, I need to burn a little bit. You know when someone puts a coal in you, you need to burn it out. And that will happen. And we will go to sea. And we will deal with strange phenomena. No doubt we will deal with strange phenomena. Because it seems like that is the only thing that will happen. And then we will be back.
Okay. I hope you feel better. I'm going to go to bed.
I will be fine.
He gives you a hug.
Ugh.
Pats you on the head.
I am already feeling better. And I'll like squeeze her.
You know, Absolute, what might help you? That chunk of comet value you have. Maybe you should meditate on it.
Which one?
The one your main chunk of comet value.
The main one?
Yeah, that you.
I have spent many a years with that one.
Maybe it'll give you special calmness if you meditate with it. And ponder on.
Special promise.
Yes, ponder on the strength and wisdom of Aurora.
There is no more mystery left in this one. I know it
You don't?
frontwards and backwards.
How about the
Special
new one?
circumstances.
Bitch.
We are in. You have never been trying to save the world before.
How about all of them at the same time?
All of them at the same time.
Make an intelligence check. Here's where the dice fail me once again.
Four.
You just don't see the reason to at this point.
Maybe you get to use those things later, buddy boy.
You just don't see the reason in their words right now.
There is no reason to.
Maybe there's all sorts of things that you don't know until you look for them. There could be many beautiful and amazing things, and I hold my hand out and I use which one is it? One of the things that I have.
Are you gonna make fireworks out of your hand?
Prestidigitation or minor illusion, one of them. I make little hummingbirds, 3 of them. Just
You see come to life in his hand. These little wispy, glowing hummingbirds.
Absolute does like this big yawn from the stress of the day and the beer taking over. And misses it all because her intelligence is -1 and she rolled a 4 just now. For this nice idea, maybe in morning.
Yeah. You can make a persuasion check. I'll allow that.
For a reroll on intelligence.
that was wrong button, that was performance. But they're the same plus, so 14.
I mean, you rolled the wrong dice.
You want me to roll again?
You rolled the wrong dice, I rolled the right dice.
You do that all the time.
18. Hey, what do you know?
Ah, that's
Make
even
another
better.
intelligence check.
That was a natural 20.
All right.
For a 19.
It's still a natural 20, though.
All right. So somehow Worth's spectral butterflies get through, pierce even through the anger and the weariness and the fatigue to to strike something in your mind that tells you that just maybe he has a point? Because you've seen him do strange things, things that Relor has not taught you to do. And you think just maybe.
I'm sorry for giggling, but I just love the idea of rolling a natural 20 and it still being a 19.
Still a 19.
Yeah.
Maybe Bevin. Maybe.
You go to bed.
Yes.
You all retire for the evening.
She will fortnight chug that ale and then go to bed.
All right. No meditation tonight.
That's nice.
All right.
I meditate
Okay.
on the thing that I meditate on.
Very good. You continue to meditate. Your evening goes by, and the morning dawns. And that's all in tonight's session.
Yay!
Good stuff, everybody.
That was a good one.